space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
And flushes it down. No stopping AD here. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
To Clarkson. Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Cavs at the controls. Gets it in the left corner. Love to Clarkson. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Into the game for the Cavaliers.
Love. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Not that time. Anthony Davis snatching it out of the air. And that's going to get out of bounds off of Thompson. James down to Green. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Cashes in for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
First half comes to an end. The Lakers have the lead. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Sexton. Oh, he had it. LeBron into the front court. Leads 5. Turns and slams it down.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
To Love. LeBron James tips it.
We blocked that with authority.
James into the front court. His guys lead here early stages third quarter. Curling inside, got it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
LeBron with it up top. His team up by 7. To Davis. Oh, had him going there for a second. To James. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Down the lane to lay it in.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
LeBron James trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. The free throw is good. Finishing off the three-point play. The lead grows to 12. To Love. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
James to Danny Green. Now pass taken away by Cleveland.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Cleans it up. Won't go. Hauled in by James. Kuzma to James. Here's a chance from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
James to Davis. 4-3. Oh, Anthony Davis still guarded well there. Finds a way to hit the trifecta. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for you.
LeBron into the front court. His team on top by 13. To Caldwell Pope. James. To Cousins. Nothing going here on that drive. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
JaVale McGee with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Caldwell Pope. Ah, rocking the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Sexton. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Sexton. JaVale McGee with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And the finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Los Angeles, they have it. James. To Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
That ends the third quarter with the Lakers in command. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Davis, not done yet, to James. From the painted area, won't go down. DeMarcus Cousins looking good, 4 for 5.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
That's out. Last touch by Tristan Thompson. Danny Green. To Cousins. And the finish on the nice step through.
You hear coaches talk all the time about passing the ball on time and on target. As a passer myself, if I can deliver the ball to you in a position where I cannot give you options to think, but just go up and make the play easy, that's a win-win.
Has a look. Across the timeline comes James. They lead it by 14. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Kuzma to Davis. And finishes strong.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker, so it remains Cleveland basketball. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes.